What up with your crap and Mooch and Jay Will?
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and callings from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap Show.
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
Hey, Mooch and Crap. Hey, Jay.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. What up, Mooch and Crap and Jay?
What's up, Mooch and Crap? What's up, J-Dubs?
Hello, Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap?
You guys have the best damn podcast on YouTube, bar none.
¿Cómo estás, bitches?
No, it's not the Switch thing.
Can you hear me now? It has nothing to do with that. Can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay, good. They can hear me. Okay, well, this is just the way it all works. Yeah. Just give me a few seconds, guys. Maybe. Sorry, guys. Doing my best. Doing my best. Can you?
I hear an echo. I know that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Jay, I want to hear Jay. Somebody wrote, "We see Jay's porn tapes."
You guys can't hear me?
There we go. Now I do.
Now I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
That was the first I've heard you since the show went live.
Really?
Oh, is that Jay? Is that okay? Is it working now?
Can you guys hear us?
Everyone says it sounds good now.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Okay.
That's
so
just the
I don't
way it
know.
goes
What was the
sometimes when
problem,
we're
Jay?
trying
Oh, they
to-
can hear us now.
I have no
Yeah.
idea what the problem was. The problem was that everything seemed to want to reset itself again, and everything works good in the tests. But then when we go
Yeah,
live,
we tested it, folks. So
but here's the
I
thing:
don't know.
when you add OBS to the equation, OBS has its own brain, if you know what I mean, and everything wants to just it wants to take over different things, and it decided that it didn't want to take over certain things. So at least we got it going.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, and I'll edit this beginning part out, by the way.
Yeah. Well, we're live, so let's go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. Hey, it's Mooch and Crap something show. Yeah. So I don't know.
Well, listen, guys. What I was saying before you guys were like, no audio, was Thursday nights are a lot of fun. Thursday nights are the start of the weekend for a lot of people. So I know I like to.
Crap
Oh
evening
no!
show.
There it is, folks. You asked for it. You got it. Get rid of that thing. So what I was saying was we got a great show tonight lined up for you. Sorry about the audio trouble. Like Jay said, we did a check and balance system in the beginning, like we always do. I don't know what that was. It was a little bit of a little hodgepodge there, but we're back. We're ready to go. Crap. What do we have to talk about on this Thursday night in gaming news?
Well, you know what's interesting is we actually have Remedy Entertainment came out and they were like, hey, you know what? Microsoft doesn't want Quantum Break 2. Microsoft doesn't want Alan Wake 2. And so, I mean, that's very interesting because it's something that we didn't expect, you know? Like,
yeah, I mean, I got feelings on this crap. I liked Quantum Break, okay? I'm not going to, just because this came out doesn't mean I'm going to change my tune. I'm not. I liked Quantum Break. Would I welcome a Quantum Break 2? Probably.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't say that I'm, that excited. I mean, it was an okay game. It was a good game. And Alan Wake, even people I know that played it and liked it. I didn't. No, I didn't. But people I know that played it and liked it,
How could you have not played Alan Wake? Alan Wake was an amazing game.
What was great about it, though, Jay?
It was one of the best stories, I think, best story games I've ever played. Hands down.
Well, the thing about it, though, Jay, and this is my thing. I think it's like a Stephen King book. It's really one of those kind of like eerie, unsettling.
It's a mystery. It's a little spooky, and the action is fun.
Well, that's my question for you both that played it. Do you guys think Alan Wake had good mechanics?
I thought it had really good mechanics.
It was unique.
To be honest with you,
like the fact that you used the flashlight to actually damage the bad guys before you shot them. I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Like light hurt them.
Yeah, you had to hide in the light. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It came out against Red Dead Redemption, so
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I think a lot of us gamers, a lot of people, I'm guilty too, guys, but I think a lot of times when we sit there and we're like, this game came out right next to this game. Okay, and don't get me wrong, that means it really sucked for the first 2, 3, 4 weeks of sales. But when a game is really good, right, after time passes and people are like, this game's amazing, like usually it does well on its own accord later. Like that happens a lot.
It did end up going 5 million, though. I mean, that's not terrible.
That's my point. It did do all right. So it's a pretty good game. I just think Phil's just fed up with, Remedy's timeline. I think that's what it comes down to.
That. I had heard that he doesn't like Alan Wake, although I heard that he liked Quantum Break. Right. So, I'm not really sure. I wouldn't say that Quantum Break is a never. I think that we could get that down the road, but I think absolutely we'll never get an Alan Wake unless Microsoft buys the studio and they make, and they're like, okay, well, let's split you off and do a Quantum Break 2 and Alan Wake 2. Ta-da!
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My thing is this. I think Remedy, they take their sweet time. I think Phil may have had some words when Quantum Break was coming out that it took so long. And then the dismal sales. You put all that together, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth as an executive. You're like, I'm not gonna sign these folks again. Personally, I think Remedy's very talented. I know some people don't agree, but I think that Remedy has the skill set. I think what they need is something called the drive. And that's why you see this like, well, get to it when we get to it. And Kojima's like that. He's a lot like Sam Lake. And you're probably going, how the hell are you making that comparison? I just mean the two as individuals. They're both really artists. I follow Kojima. I follow Sam Lake. Kojima takes more photographs than he programs. Okay? So he's an artist. He likes doing different things. He goes to like those movie festivals that are the shows you've never heard of in your life. He talks about them. He takes pictures of different operas he goes to. That's the artist in him. Sam Lake had tweets like he was Johnny Depp in what is it called there? The Secret Window. He goes to these remote cabins and he writes novels and he writes stories and he's an artist. So these guys have different passions besides gaming. They're just multi-talented people and they don't necessarily put their 110% always into the game. They put it into all of their artistic abilities. And I think that's the thing. If you look at some of Remedy's games, they've missed the mark, crap. And if you look at some of Kojima's games, it's missed the mark. I think it's because they spread themselves so thin over so many different projects, not gaming related, but personal things that they like to do in the art world. I don't know. That's just my take from following them on Twitter.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If you I read the article and Alan Savage thanks. He says, I don't think Phil's messing around anymore. When a game needs to be done by a certain time, it has to be done. I don't think Remedy has the manpower to be able to do that. They just take too long with their games. I agree. Maybe in the past, though, they did make a lot of hirings. And if you look at it, Quantum Break came out in 2016 and Control will come out in 2019. That's a 3-year turnaround. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, to be honest with you. And that's, to me, that could have been Alan Wake 2 or Quantum Break 2. You know what I mean? With a 3-year turnaround. So I do think that they've actually hired and done a pretty good job at doing that. I just think maybe some bridges were burned there. I'm not really sure.
It could be. I think that's very feasible. I don't know. I know the audience probably has a feel about it. Guys, give a call in this Skype MC Space Mornings. I don't know if you've played Alan Wake. What you think? Was it a title that you really wish would come back? Is it a title you don't care about? I'm kind of indifferent.
I like it a lot. But you get the idea. Okay, so when I read that interview, he's like, we're not really. We don't really have control over Quantum Break because Microsoft owns the IP, and Microsoft has the publishing rights to Alan Wake. So that means they can't just make an Alan Wake because Microsoft owns the publishing rights. So even though they own the IP, they can't make it because Microsoft has the publishing rights. So maybe the game Control is called that as kind of a a shot at Microsoft if you think about it, right? Like they're in control of their own thing.
I mean, the thing I don't get about it is, Control looks a hell of a lot like Quantum Break.
Dude, right? It's just Quantum Break 2 or 1.5 or whatever.
Yeah, that's like if you're like, well, I'd like to make Twinkies. Well, you can't. Yeah. I'm making Winkies. And you're like, what? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it.
Exactly. It's basically just, Quantum Break 1.5. And hey, that's fine. If they want to do it that way, they can. I've got, I don't have a problem with that. I'll play it, Maybe it'll have cutscenes instead of, you know, I'm not that I didn't mind the action stuff, the TV show, but I can see why it would take some people out of that. You know what I mean? Like, I totally understand that. So
Right.
at the end of the day, it kind of is just one of those things that, you know, they just had to do or whatever. So, and Jay, if we do get a call or whatever, just let us know. But hey, we do got a voicemail, so maybe you can patch that through and hopefully it works. Let's
do a voicemail. Guys, just so you know, to those of you who are new for the evenings, you know, we do voicemails, call-ins. Guys, this show is all about you guys. So, like, if there's subjects and matters that you want to kind of talk about in the gaming news for the week, by all means, give a shout-out.
Yeah, we've got Diggity on deck.
Diggity, diggity.
All right.
Hello, hello. What is up, Mooch Crap and Jay? This is Dirt Griggity, man. And yo, I want to let you guys know that right now, my personal life is like at a 9, and my gamer life is like at a 3. Let me explain. I know you guys are on multiple podcasts, you do about 4 or 5 videos a day, so I know sometimes you guys talk about the same things. You guys talk about some of the same topics. But there is one topic I absolutely love that you guys talk about, and I want you guys to talk about it every day. And that is the hypocrisy. These PlayStation 4 guys and the M-word, the media, it's crazy to me how they are acting like that power narrative didn't happen. Yo, I know we talk about this all the time, but it still baffles me how they act like it didn't happen. Listen, I have been here the whole time. The whole time. And now they say it was always about the games. You know what? It should have been always about the games. It should have been always about the games. But it wasn't. Damn it. It wasn't. And you guys are out of your damn minds to sit here and act like that power narrative didn't happen. Oh, my God. Listen, I know it's 2018 and we've been talking about 2013. But I'm not going to let this go. Even next gen, I'm going to be talking about it to the end, y'all. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. I thank you guys for everything you do. I got love for you guys, always have, always will. I even got love for Zaire Pony ass. But anyway, peace and love, y'all.
Well, you know,
he makes some good points.
Makes some great points, to be honest
like,
with you.
Power was the most important thing for the longest time, and now nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody acts like it's something that's important. The reason that PS4 was supposedly so great, quote unquote, was because it had 1080p ability.
It had 180 extra Ps.
Yes. So now that we see that, you know, Microsoft has the ability to do better than that and better than PlayStation, it's not. What I'm really interested in is if Sony announces their PlayStation 5 first, if people are going to jump back on that power narrative real quick, you know, that could be something that we see. And that's going to be an interesting situation because how long will they have the power advantage, right? Because if they announce first, that doesn't mean that Microsoft won't announce right after and be just as powerful or more powerful.
I don't see either one of these consoles being more powerful. I think they're going to be extremely equivalent. There's going to be something where even Digital Foundry will be like, even if they find something significant in one box over the other, they'll turn around and say point blank, this one's actually a little bit more powerful, but you won't see a differential. It's not enough to pull it to the next level. They're both going to do, I'm making this up, guys. Say 4K 60 is the standard. If it's 4K 60, they're both going to do 4K 60. Now, the one thing that, you know, and like I always like to give credit, the Don was saying way back when is he was saying maybe, you know, one of them is going to actually, you know, ante up and put more RAM in the box.
Yeah,
that gives the developer. He said that he goes, developers are pushing back on more RAM. So if one of them ends up putting more of that in the box over the other one, that may be something you see graphically, or particle effects or distance, or, you know, that's just memory on screen. And I'm making light or short of it, but it gives the developer more of a bank to use when they're storing their graphics or like I said, their effects. And that's in short to what Don said. Don did a hell of a lot better job describing it. But that's something where I think, you know, where Microsoft, and Mike, this is the one thing where I think it's, you know, me and you crap, we give a little bit of crap to Mike Ibarra and a couple of the guys that are always on, you know, their PCs over the Xbox. But at the same time, having them be so PC centric it really helps in the fact that these consoles are becoming more and more PC every day. They're PCs now, but I mean, Microsoft could ultimately make, the PC Steam box that Valve always wanted it to be, coming out of the Xbox, because they also have the software to back it up. Where Valve, they have software, but not quite at the availability that Microsoft does.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think you should look for. But other than that, as far as like T-flops and the CPU, I think that's going to be pretty damn close to each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that we'll probably see as well. And I think Microsoft might go out of their way and make it, add that little bit of extra memory in there. I think Microsoft does outdo that. I think they have that look in Phil's eye when he's like, yeah, we like being the most powerful console. Something tells me that no matter what Sony does, they could be equivalent, but there's going to be always something extra in the Xbox that's going to make it better. If you look at what they did with the Scorpio, the Xbox One X, like that technically shouldn't be able to do what it does.
Right.
That's their engineering that was able to accomplish that. So I think that's what we have to keep in mind going forward. And I think that they don't want to lose that power narrative and that crown that they have. They've been able to achieve some amazing things with it. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I think that that's what it's all about for them. Of course, there's always going to be some other reason to hate on the Xbox for some reason.
I get a little nervous though, Crap, with the whole. So with the X, what they did in internal engineering and making that GPU a little bit more powerful by making it, in the power distributor, making that a lot more. They even named the process after one of their engineers. Like that's really cool, and it worked out great for the X. But what you saw, what they did with the ES RAM, and they thought that was being neat and shifty, okay, internally, wasn't. So, it's kind of one of those things where, and you guys that are all listening that are car enthusiasts, hear me out. I don't know if you guys remember West Coast Customs used to be on MTV back in the day.
Yeah.
But like I loved what West Coast Customs did to those vehicles. I thought it was absolutely amazing how they took something that was like a jalopy and turned it into something that was awesome. But there was times if you were watching it, you'd be like, you could go to it and you could go to the actual manufacturer and get it factory built, like sick like that. Places that do it like crazy out of the factory, and it would be better than going to a place. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you do engineering custom, you can one up because you do something that's not off the shelf. But Sony's going to go off the shelf here, folks. Okay, and with Sony going off the shelf, I know we have a call, but with Sony going off the shelf, you do have to stop and realize for a second that you have to be careful. Like I said, so with the ES RAM, it bit them in the ass. What they did this time with the power distribution, it was phenomenal. So they're 1-1 this generation. And I want to say shout out real quick to Salty, who's in the chat before we take the call. Guys, don't forget Salty. The Saltiest podcast goes on right after the show. So Salt, thanks for being here, brother. We appreciate your support. And it's our first evening show, so pretty goddamn pumped. But let's take that call, Jay.
Oh, yeah.
M&C mornings or evenings. You're on with Mooch and Crap. What up?
Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas? Mooch, Crap. Shout out to the chat. Jay, hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. Welcome to Thursdays. I'm actually coming in kind of late, so if y'all spoke about this already, please forgive me. I just had a quick question about the whole Alan Wake and Quantum Break situation. I kind of noticed how everybody's really harping on these games not coming back to Xbox for the time being, or for what they say. What I really kind of find more interesting is the fact that there's constant communication, it seems like, between Microsoft and I believe it's Remedy, right? So is there maybe talks of something else bigger coming up? You know what I mean? And maybe they're just kind of letting those franchises, or excuse me, those IPs kind of rest on their own and maybe thinking of something else bigger, kind of surprise us with a little treat. So I don't know, just wanted your take on that, and yeah, see if we could figure out what's going on there. All right, fellas, welcome to Thursdays again. Everybody have a good night.
Crap, before you get in, I'm sure you have a bit to say about the Quantum Break and the communication he's talking about between Remedy and Microsoft, but I want to say thanks to everybody who is here on Thursday night. It means a lot to us. We really want to start to be able to, we have a top 10 tonight, folks. Let's try and get to 200 likes here for the show. But, realistically, it's going to take a couple weeks for everyone to know we moved to Thursday. So with that gentleman's call and everybody in the chat. Let everybody know that we have moved to Thursdays. We are excited to be here. Crap, do you have anything to say about that call? I do, but I'll let you take the podium.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, like I realize we're gonna have to build back up the audience since we moved. You know, people are gonna be like, "What happened?"
Yeah, there's gonna be people on Sunday be like, "I got a pot of coffee and no mooching crap and Jay."
Yeah. And again, just to reiterate, if you just joined us, it was getting difficult to do the Sunday morning thing, right? Like I have to get up and get to work and get back home in time to do the show. And a large part of the audience, like from the West Coast and other places, weren't able to even listen to the show.
Right.
So, you know, it seemed like we were kind of spinning our wheels. So we decided to try it in the evening,
prime time.
Thursday, to see what happens. Yeah. So as for communication between Microsoft and Remedy, something seems sour there.
Yeah.
You know, like Remedy showing up on a Sony E3. I think that, you know, that was a little bit unexpected, don't you think?
It's not just unexpected crap. It's literally the same thing. I know you guys, you know, earmuffs for you that don't like sports, but that's the first thing that happens all the time. Like the minute there's like a soured New York Giant, they go to the Jets. You know what I mean? It's like, we're going to the Jets or we're going to the Cowboys, the teams you guys hate. We even took less money.
They want to go to two other sucky teams.
They want to go to two other teams. But I mean, you know, it happens all the time. And that by them immediately going and it's one thing that it's multi-plat and control's going to be all over the place, but it's one thing that you went and showed it on their stage. It is a digital middle finger to Microsoft. And that's what it is. What it is. That's business. That's business. I've said that a number of times. The one thing Sony does great is they do good business. And that's the one thing I'd love to see. Like if I was Microsoft, you know what I would have done? I would have had Sean Murray and a bunch of like dancing like Barney dolls around him with all the caricatures he's got in that wacky game. I'd have him out there be like, look, we got him now too. You guys touted him for 3 years. He's on our console now, even if it's for 5 seconds. That's
original King Julian on the basement.
That's awesome.
Like, okay. I was wondering what the hell was going on there.
Sean Murray music. You know, speaking of that crap, we should talk about that. I don't know what it is. You know, I can't even put my finger on it actually, but I kind of want to play No Man's Sky next.
Yeah, me too. I do. By the way, I'm looking the Mucha code. If anybody happens to,
well, who the hell are you telling?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
somebody,
shit.
Right? There's got to be a crapaholic in the group somewhere, right?
Anybody that's dying to play with Mucha Crap, my God, that'd be a great way to play. We'll even stream that shit. But yeah, no, I think right. I think the fun fact here is that you get to play with your friends now. I think that's the thing, right? Does that bring this game together?
I would assume so, for sure. I mean, you know, you get to play with your friends. Mooch and Crap can team up and build a base and go, you know, explore the world and all that kind of stuff. I think that could be fun. You know, I think that's #fun. You know,
well,
that looks like what the game was going to
right?
be. Yeah, it looks like that's what it should have been all along. And the fact that we haven't got that is a bit disappointing. And now it looks like, hey, you know, they fixed it. I mean, it took years.
Is it coming in 4K crap on Xbox, or we don't know this?
I believe it is enhanced. I don't know if it's 4K though.
Okay,
so it could be. It could be. I hope so, man. That would be cool, right?
I agree.
Yeah. So I don't know. It looks interesting though, right? You say that, and people are like, "But you hated that the on the PS4." Well, did you play it on the PS4?
Well, the PS4 game was a shell.
It was. It was.
It was a shell. That's not my bag, baby. It's really not, Mooch.
Exactly. So I mean, you know, it's No Man's Sky, so it's gonna have some enhancements as well. So yeah,
they added a lot to the game. There's a lot more space exploration. There's more space fighting. You can play with your friends. The base building has actually some merit to it now. I don't know. I think that's the, you know, Predator says, did you guys try that game Vigor? I have not.
No, I think isn't it for like the creator program or something like that? I had a lot of people tell me to download it and try it out. So
there were a few. Pred was one. A few people said to me, "Have you tried this? Have you tried this?" I have not. No. What is it about? Crap. What is the?
Well, it's a game.
Oh, you don't
say. And
yeah. Can you use a controller? Can you sit down while you play it?
It's a game, and it's
what Crap's doing right now is using
it's a survival title apparently, and it launches the beta for everybody, right?
I see.
So okay, so this is the game. Remember the DayZ people?
Yes.
They showed off this exclusive for Xbox after. That's what this game is.
Okay.
This is that game. So yeah, this actually does have
game preview.
Well, let's see. It's a Xbox One exclusive game that is in beta for all Xbox insiders. So if you go to the Insider Hub or whatever, you can actually download this.
And why don't they hide it a little bit easier? Come on, guys, for God's sake.
Like, hey, I'm going to try it out,
If you're
man.
an insider and you go to the hub and you look for Vigor that nobody's ever heard of, you can play it. Thanks.
So
if you're the developer, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Look, so if you're an Xbox insider, you can opt in to try the beta by heading to the quote-unquote insider content section of the Insider Hub and just opt in to join, and you'll be sent a store to download code beta client deal. So
as you're saying that, I'm picturing that kid in Christmas Story trying to get his Ovaltine decoder ring to work. And at the end, it just says drink more Ovaltine. I don't know. For some reason, that just deters me from playing the game, and Pred doesn't like it. That's already a strike too. Yeah, I don't know, Crap. What else is going on in the news this week?
You know, there is Microsoft just announced that they did really good with their financials. I don't know if you had a chance to see that.
There you go.
Yeah, for the first time ever, their income for gaming Xbox was 10.4 billion. So they crossed 10 billion mark. That's the
I was
first
gonna
time
say they were in the nines. I thought last time.
Yeah, so their let's see, Microsoft gaming revenue grew by 39% year on year, driven by Xbox software and services. So almost 40% growth for Xbox this past fiscal year. That's incredible. And yeah, I mean, think about it.
No, it's interesting, Crap. It's interesting. I think it's a good talking point. I mean, the only thing that concerns me is, you know, Microsoft sees these numbers going up, Crap, and you know why, right? We know that Game Pass is going to be where they're going to focus on. We know that they're going to start, you know, to prepare games to be, you know, games as a service. And because that's a never-ending, you know, that's a never-ending gobstopper, okay? Anybody catch a little Willy Wonka last night on cable TV?
Willy
But
Wonka.
nonetheless, right? So it's a never-ending source of cash. Yeah. And that's a good thing for Microsoft. But, you know, it's going to leave a very blah taste in gamers' mouths if all these developers, and you see Bethesda doing it with 76, and you see, you know, Destiny could very well turn into something like that. And these other games that are going to, you know, people are saying Halo Infinite could have been, I don't think it will, but it could be something that's like just, you know, an always online game. Maybe it will be. But I mean, those are things where, well, Crap, if you keep taking developer after developer after developer away from making those single player games or the games that are single player, multiplayer that we're used to, well, that's a problem. Yeah. Right? It becomes a problem. Yeah. You don't get the games you love and adore.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true, man. I think that Microsoft has done a good job. Imagine saying, hey, they think about what they did with the 360 era. They never managed to accomplish this amount of income, you know, no matter what they did. And everybody thinks that the Xbox One's such a failure, and it keeps proving that it's not.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that not only that, but for the first time, Microsoft takes Xbox seriously, and I think that that's huge.
Let me ask you, somebody in the chat asked a question, says, hey, Mooch Crap, what do you guys think about the Spider-Man PS4 Pro limited edition console? Here's my
actually, I think it looks great.
It does look great.
Yes, it's great.
It's great, folks. Anything less than great, okay, you'll be banned.
Yes.
But no, realistically, I think that you got to stop and think about this for a second. Here's my question. Let me ask you a question. Let's talk monetary first, folks, and then we'll get into aesthetics. So if I have a PS4 Pro right now, which, by the way, my PS4 Pro, the day one version, holy shit, that thing's louder than hell. So what I was hoping for is I was maybe hoping that I could pre-order this, and then can I trade in and get maybe like a $200 value for my PS4 that I have currently? Do you think I'll get $200 for it?
For your PS4 Pro?
Yes.
You have two PS4 Pros.
Yes, but one I'm going to keep because it's quiet. It's the newer Star Wars Battlefront 2 one.
Star Wars Battlefront 1.
Now, what I'll have to do is I'll have to switch my PS4s because here's the problem, folks. Okay, the Spider-Man console looks great, right? I can't say anything else. It looks great. It's great. Great. Yes. God damn it. Great.
It's great.
I can't sit here and tell you that I didn't like having the Gears one that's blood red in my main console area.
Yeah, you don't want to be
my
a hypocrite asshole.
Right,
yeah.
right. Thank you. Thanks, crap.
Yeah.
But realistically, I don't want to have another red one, right?
Yeah.
So I would.
I gotta admit that this one looks nice though. It looks great.
It's still red, but it's great.
It is. It's
okay,
great.
It's great. Remember, guys, it's great.
You can't say it's anything but
if
great.
you drop that PS4 Pro Spider-Man Edition on your foot and it breaks 3 of your toes, you better yell great.
It's great.
Great. It's great.
Great.
So realistically, here's the thing. So crap, can you pre-order that thing at a GameStop or no? You cannot. It's only online only now. But a lot of these places are doing online.
Pre-order it now.
It sounds like we have. I couldn't tell. I think we have a call over Darth Vader. Yeah.
No, you can pre-order it. I just saw a thing come through my my feed. You can pre-order it now via Best Buy even.
I might go. I might go grab that because the thing that bothers me more than the red on any console is a console that sounds like a jet engine. Let's take that call though.
Yeah, M&C evenings. Yeah. What's up?
Awesome, thanks, Jay. What's going on, guys? First time calling. My name is James. So obviously love the show. In terms of if I'm a crapaholic and Mooch maniac, honestly, like both of you guys just have great dynamics. I mean, Mooch literally can hold up a conversation for, I don't know, probably like 3 days and like just straight. And, you know, probably could be talking about a rock and make it last for like, you know, hours and it would still be an awesome conversation. Crap literally like just knows the facts and brings it all together and just like knows people in the industry. So that's just, you know, that's awesome. Like in terms of like proving people wrong, because I can't stand when I see so many people like just literally have no idea what they're talking about. But anyway, so I have a quick question for you guys. My question is about the AMD FreeSync. And so here's the thing. Here's my situation. So I bought a 4K TV back in the day for the X because I was like, okay, you know, this thing is going to be delivering a ton of power. It's going to be putting out HDR. I feel like I'd be doing myself a disservice and the Xbox One X a disservice if I wasn't playing to the fullest. So then obviously, as you guys know, during that spring update, they were like, oh, we're going to introduce AMD FreeSync for the Xbox One X. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I don't really know what it is, but it sounds super cool. And so then finally...
Did we lose him?
Oh, then why...
There he is.
Monitors most likely, you know, it's really for monitors. So anyway, apparently the next model TV that I have, so the one right now I have is the Samsung 49-inch MU 8000 series, and that TV, you know, doesn't have it. But the 2018 one just has just a slightly different firmware, has the FreeSync, and so like I'm all about frame rate. I think that like I know. Crap is more of like, oh, I can do, you know, 30 frames in single player. You know, I would consider myself probably like a notch below hardcore gaming, so above casual, but probably a notch below. And a lot of people, even I talk to at work, are all about the frame rates now. And I think really it's because we live in an era where we want things instant. Like everything is so fast paced, and like even when I send out a text message or something, if my phone, I have an iPhone, so if my phone doesn't say delivered like immediately, I'm like, what's going on? This service is something's wrong. So I think everybody's really, you know, wanting that fast service and fast like frame rates and everything. So for me, even when it's single player, and I'll give you an example, like even with Rise of the Tomb Raider, with that performance mode and the enhanced visuals, like the enhanced visuals is beautiful, of course. But even playing on the performance mode, I mean, like it's just a 180 when it comes to how she moves and everything, and it still looks great. So I'm all about the performance. But anyway, so my main question is like, is it worth basically selling my TV now and getting that next model because it's priced exactly the same for that AMD FreeSync, or would it be better to just kind of hold off, wait till the Xbox Scarlet comes out to see what that offers and get you know, see if like any other TV comes out with something else. But you know, like I said, I'm all about frame rate, but just wondering if it's worth it. So I appreciate the time, guys. love the show, like I said, and I really hope that one of these days you guys are able to take it to a next level for your show, like whether it's like, you know, something like on an IGN level, because honestly, like, you know, even hearing those guys talk, I'm like, I feel like I'm just listening to people talk out their asses, and you guys actually bring the discussion, even on your normal shows like Crossfire and Xbox Nation. So, all right, appreciate the time, guys. Jay, you're awesome, brother, and I appreciate it, and keep it up, guys. Bye.
That caller was great.
That caller was great.
Great.
Okay. I will tell you this much.
He did space it out a little bit to where it was hard to understand, but he's asking about TVs.
Well, the thing about it is, no, I think his question is legit crap. I'll tell you why it's legit. A lot of people were like, Mooch, don't you dare buy an OLED. Don't you know what's going on? And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Yeah. And well, V-Sync's coming around the corner. Look at it. It's right there. It's making a left turn. I'm like, what?
V-Sync's great.
It's great. And
you're gonna love it.
Yeah. You love it. It's great. My whole thing about it, though, is this. And shout out to Dealer. Dealer Gaming said this. I think he was on, he might have even been Crossfire when he said it. He said, you don't need to worry about thanks for the promo, Jay. But I really think that the consoles, here we are talking about it, right? Scarlet, PS5, they're going to aim on 60 frames, folks. You don't need to go and buy a TV that's going to give you this locked in 60 frames. The software is going to do it. Don't worry about your hardware. No, you do. The answer, and I don't remember his question was so long. I think his name was James. If it wasn't, I apologize. But realistically, you do not need to go and do that with your television set. Your new console in 2020, which is not far away, I might add, folks. We're halfway through 2018. Is going to do that for you. So no, do not do that. Enjoy the TV you have if it's 4K HDR.
Yep, 100%. What do you think about this big game sale that's going on, man?
You know, crap, and shame on me because we talked about it last night. I still haven't like flipped through everything, but I have seen people all day on Twitter as I've gotten breaks here and there to kind of look at my phone. And I think it's the same damn sale we get.
You get Titanfall 2 for $6. So.
Right. Great. There you go, folks. Great. There you go. Listen, if something in your life, folks, was ever $60 to $100, just in your life, and then you turn around and it was a $6 thing, trust me, that's how great it ever was.
Hey, I like Titanfall 2, so
yeah, you and 8 other people.
Here, Resident Evil 7 for $19. I think that's a good deal. Like
that's a fantastic. Oh no, I'm not saying the sale's bad. I'm just saying it's the same sale we've seen many times.
Like I was looking through it with Hellhammer, and it was basically I own literally everything.
Yeah,
almost it's on there. Like the stuff that I don't own,
you don't want.
You know, I don't want. So I mean, I even own stuff like Fallout 4. Which is $15, and I have really no intention of ever playing that.
Shit, no, let me ask you guys a question, and this is for the chat too. Crap, I already know what Crap's gonna say. But and we do have a call. But you guys think I should buy that for $15, even though I got it right now, you know, on the house, whatever you want to call it. I have playing it on Game Pass. Is it worth me picking up for $15? And the second part to that question, Crap, you can answer it after the call if you want. I'm gonna come back to it. Do I get a discount beyond the $15 because I have Game Pass? Huh?
I don't know how that works. I'm not sure, man.
I should.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, dude.
Everybody gets it for $15. I'm Game Pass.
Maybe, man. I don't know.
10% off. Beat 'em up.
Maybe.
All right.
I don't know.
We'll
MNC evenings. You're on with Mooch and Crap. Yo.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is Tim returning a call. I'm going to bounce off what that other guy was talking about with the Scarlet and what we're expecting from it. Now, I agree that 60 should be the standard, but I feel like at the same time, that's, to me now, and I'm sure I'll probably get a lot of hate for this, that's still, I feel like, ain't a big selling point, because here's my thought. We went from 900p in that resolution gate all the way to 4K, and I was talking about this on Crap's show, I believe it's on Wednesdays. That's a 4.5 times boost. I mean, that's crazy. And I feel like that was justified. And the visuals I've been seeing from Origins and Wolfenstein is crazy. That's a huge boost. But to say we're going from 30 to 60 and to charge $400 or $500 for this Scarlet, I feel like that's not going to be a big selling point, even if 60 is the standard. And like Crap said, we're already getting 60 frames. Halo 5, 60. Gears 5 is apparently going to be 60. Forza Horizon 4 is going to give us a 60 option. Yeah, it's going to be 4K 60 on Scarlet, but you get what I'm saying. We already have 60 on a lot of games. Now, I'm probably going to be wrong, but this is just my thought. Just like 4K was like, it's never going to happen, and I got to go buy a 4K TV now, I believe even higher frame rates, I hope at least, will be for the Scarlet. 4K 80, 120, whatever frame rate, even above. I'm hoping that's if you have a supporting TV, which TVs nowadays in 2018 and 19 will support higher refresh rates beyond 60 frames. And my thought is like Halo 5 is already 4K 60. So with this new engine with Halo Infinite, it ain't going to be 4K 30 on the X. It's already going to be 4K 60 on the X. So what is Scarlet going to do? It isn't going to be 4K 60-er, like Mooch always says. I'm hoping the Scarlet and the PS5 surprises us all, like with this FreeSync. Everybody's freaking out with FreeSync and how great it is and all this other great tech that's in there. I think we're going to be blown away by the frame rate itself, because I just think going from 4K 30 to 4K 60, a lot of people is not going to care. You know what I'm saying? That's just not a big enough boost to justify $400 or $500. But if you say, hey, if you have the 1440p FreeSync with the X, if you have the support for this with a monitor or TV, you're going to be able to play. I'm just using an example, and it may not happen, but I hope it does. You're going to be able to play Halo Infinite in 4K 60 on the X. But if you get this Scarlet, we're talking 4K 120 frames per second with the Scarlet because of the new Ryzen CPUs and all this little crap. Let me know what you think. All right, bye. Thanks again, everybody.
Well, what do you think, Crap? I think he's got a. I know where he's going with it, but I mean, realistically, I think that next generation console, and that Microsoft is going to love what he just said, because Microsoft's going to be able to drop the X down to a wicked cheap price when Scarlet comes out, and he just said it himself. A lot of Xbox One X games coming out in the next year are going to give a 60 frame option.
Yeah.
So, will you shut that thing off? I
forgot that it was on.
I'm like, God damn it. No, but what I was gonna say, Crap, was I think that's a big deal for Xbox, right? If we're playing Gears in 60 frames, like how the hell? Like that's a great. The Xbox One X is gonna be $250, $300, and then you're gonna have the Scarlet for $400 or $500. Like if you want the power, go buy it. If you don't want to, you can go get the one step down, which is not going to be, as the caller said, not that much more inferior for way less. Microsoft's in a good spot because the PS4 Pro, guys, once the PS5 comes out, listen, I'm willing to say, okay, that the Scarlet and the PS5 will be pretty comparable. But the X is clearly superior to the Pro. The Pro is gone. Once PS5's out, Pro, gone.
Yeah.
Gone. But the X,
it's great, but it'll be gone.
It's great, but it's gone.
Yeah.
Right? GG. Not good game. Great and gone.
Great and gone, yes.
Right? So we've got a new one, folks. GG for PS4 Pro. That'll be gone because they're not going to be able to make that same correlation. Where now on Scarlet, if it's 4K 60, but if you have a 1080 60 on X, maybe you're content. Or 1440p in 60 on X. Maybe you're content. And that's interesting for a whole lot of customers, Crap. I think it's a big deal.
I think it is a big deal too, man. Okay, so yeah, this PS4 Pro console, the Spider-Man one, is $399 with Spider-Man. So,
is it digital or physical copy?
Well, it shows a physical copy.
I'd rather it was digital, but that's a me problem.
Yeah.
Is it GameStop? I might go pre-order that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I'll just take the PS4 Pro I got early on in the PS4 Pro cycle, which sounds like a jet engine.
Just be like, don't turn it on.
I don't give a shit if the guy floats away like he's on fizzy lifting drinks. I don't give a shit. You know? Like, that's a him problem.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, well, it works really well, sir. I just have to be 30 feet in the air. As soon as I come down, I'll unplug it. I mean, like, that's fine. That's a him problem.
Yeah.
But, that's not bad. $399 comes with the game. The game's going to cost me $64.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think that's really a good deal.
Did it go on sale today?
Yeah.
For pre-order?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll go check it out. I'll see what's going on. Thank you, Anthony Boyd. Thanks for liking that joke. Thank you for all you Wonka fans out there. Yes, that was for you guys.
Jay, who do we got on deck?
I haven't heard Jay.
Jay?
Sorry. I was resetting my my Stream Deck didn't seem to want to play any of my effects. So I was
I was wondering where the effects were. I was like, Jay's usually when I was doing a true statement of developers.
Times.
Yeah,
I know, you said it 20 times. I'm sorry, but yeah, my Stream Deck's all messed up, so I'm fixing it on the fly. So we have JD Gamer on the mic.
Nice. JD's a good guy.
Yeah.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey J-Dubs. All hail J, all hail J. This is JD Gamer on the mic, and I got a question for you. You know, with Playground, Ninja Theory, and the Initiative all likely being our next AAA studios, with a lot of people saying that they expect Compulsion and Undead Labs to be more like AA plus level developers. Think Ori 2. What do you guys think the next AAA level studios will be that Microsoft picks up? Could it be Remedy, Obsidian, IO Interactive? Could they go Japanese, thinking like Mistwalker? Could they go big with Capcom, Sega, Konami? What do you fellas think? It's JD Gamer on the mic, and I'm out.
Well, that's a good question, Crap. I
think they need at least, and I don't know. I would assume Compulsion probably does that little AA thing, but I have full firm belief that Ninja Theory is doing something AAA.
Yeah.
Even though Hellblade is an indie game, a lot of people consider that AAA quality. You know? And they are hiring and building a new studio. I don't know if you'd do that for a AA studio. So
I personally think that, as far as acquiring new studios, I wouldn't mind if they grabbed actually a couple of the Japanese studios that are out there. Just that ensures that Phil doesn't have to keep making a trip out there every 2 years and shake hands and kiss babies. And, he's just got to lock a few down that are AA or better. Because I think Neo's group there that did that, I can't remember their name, Ninja something or another. But those guys were like, they're not like AAA or that I'm aware of. They kind of broke off. They used to be a AAA team, a big part of a big team, and they kind of broke off. And yeah, it took them some time, but you can sign them for cheaper. And I think Phil should do that. The other one I would say is, man, right now the big available free agent out there, I think all you guys in the chat are going to love this. The big available free agent is you go out there and you lock down Insomniac. I mean, I know that is so the stereo. That's like whenever there's the top baseball agent, you're like, I wish my team would get that. And meanwhile, your favorite team's the Kansas City Royals, and you have no chance. But realistically, Insomniac likes to be independent. I get that, and I bravo to their independence. They still get they're chased and coveted by everybody. But I really think that Microsoft, if you want to set your focuses high and lock down a company that you go, you know what? We've got 343, we've got the Coalition, and now we've got another one that's a sure lock to go against the Naughty Dogs and the what's his name there? Help me there with Sony Santa Monica. You lock down Insomniac, and my friend, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Sure as hell is. That's exactly it. You know what I mean?
I just don't think they want to be bought, though. That's the problem. That's the problem. Is there's always a price. Anyone will sell for a price, but I think that what is on the table and what will always stay on the table, I think Ted Price is not. He's just not impressed with it. Yeah, I agree 100%. Unless I would offer them a lot of money, but who the hell knows, man? You don't always know what Microsoft is going to do. Apparently, they have an open checkbook, but will they actually use that to get a studio like that? I think it'd be great.
Great?
Great.
Did you say great?
That's the word of the day. Hey, hit that like button because we do got a top 10 today.
Yes.
I'd like to get over 200 before we play it. So please, we're closing in, actually.
We are.
Go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to share the tweet. Tweet out the stream, too. Let everybody know that we have moved to Thursdays. It helps when everybody in the chat sends that out. It gets recognition and awareness. Thank you.
Yes, it's great.
Great.
When you guys do that. So, yes, please do. Jay, who do we got on deck?
We have JYoon01.
Oh,
all right.
JYoon on a Thursday. Now things are getting rowdy. Let's go.
Mooch Crap, J-Dubs, JYoon01, Xbox Live. Thursdays was a great move, especially with football coming up. I do want to get your thoughts about brand loyalty. I know growing up, my dad would talk a lot about BMW versus Mercedes, and he preferred Mercedes, and I do agree with that. And so from a brand loyalty perspective, what's it going to take for Microsoft or Sony to be able to move folks from one brand to the other? Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.
You know, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, man. Yeah, feel free, man.
Thank you, my good friend. Yes, cheers. What I was gonna say to you was, so I like his Mercedes BMW thing. So even though Jay Woon is a Mercedes guy, I'm actually believing I can't say he's wrong. He's not wrong. But I think the reason you see more BMWs out there is BMWs, and I'm going to answer his question, is they put out a similar in quality. I don't think they have the luxury category checked off as much as Mercedes, but they have the performance checked off, if not the same, maybe a little better with their engines as Crap opens up a chocolate bar. What I was going to say yes. Yeah, could you at least let the audience know what you're eating? It sounds delicious. But
it's combos.
I hope it's the pizza ones, the pepperoni pizza ones.
Man.
Nice, yes. What did I win, Jay? No, but I think to answer Jay Yoon's question is price, Jay, because let's be honest here. We just said that Mercedes, BMW putting out very similar product for most people that aren't car enthusiasts, right? Yeah. And I think when it comes to consoles, we're going to get the same T-flops. We're going to get the same GPU, CPU. So, or similar. So really, ultimately, Jay, it comes down to two things. Price and services. I think Microsoft is absolutely kicking ass in services. Kicking ass. We haven't said that much this generation because Sony's beating them on everything else. But they're kicking ass on their services. You know, Game Pass. I like that. I think Game Pass. I think their EA Access. They are with their game preview. Right? There's a lot out there, folks. Yeah. There's a lot out. But if Microsoft wants to take a dominant role and step on the gas, okay, the way BMW does against Mercedes, if you look at an E-Class versus a 5 Series loaded, you're probably around $10K cheaper on the BMW side. Both still very expensive. But you're about $10,000, $12,000 cheaper on the BMW side, which you can go ahead and snicker all you want. But $12K in your pocket and people still saying, hey, that's a nice car, that's a deterrent for people to buy a Mercedes. And that's the same thing here. If Microsoft's $50 to $100 cheaper, for some way, and maybe that goes back to crap with the engineering thing, okay? If they're able to engineer it and not have to buy the price of the commercial and they can do it in-house, maybe, just maybe, they can save some money and save the consumer instead of making a higher profit margin. So realistically, Jay Yoon, I think they got to win on money, on price. That's the only way, and that's the best way I can make the comparison between the consoles and the car example you gave.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think that what it would take for Microsoft to get Sony, I think they're doing everything they can by saying, hey, if you join us now, forget all the games that you bought on PlayStation. You get Game Pass and have hundreds of games right away, right? I think they're doing all the things, the backwards compatibility stuff. They're really making their pitch to these Sony fans to try to get as many people on board as possible. And I think that, will it work? I don't know. But I do think that they're on to something with it. I think it's not hurting, that's for sure. I think they have a good chance.
And, shout out to Kevin Kendall and also shout out to Van City 92. They made some points here. They're like, listen, guys. Speaking of me, they say, Mooch, that's great point, but what about the games? Here's the thing, guys. I can't speak to them. Neither can any of us in the chat. The thing about it is Microsoft put their best foot forward. They went and grabbed 5 new developers. They've got all their other developers behind them that they've had with them in their pocket, okay? And now you have Game Pass. You have these other services I just spoke of, plus you have a $100 cheaper tag. Guys, you have to say that the scales would at that point start to tip. That doesn't mean you'd lose because, both systems are going to be backward and forward compatible, I believe. Sony hasn't come out and said it yet, but I think they will be.
I don't know if they'll have forward compatibility, but I
think they will. But that's fine. You crap. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not going to go ahead. This isn't a Mooch is right thing.
I agree with you, but let me tell you why you're wrong.
Well, Mooch, take it easy. Don't let me get in an argument with you too. The problem here is that I think that Microsoft has a lot to prove, Kevin, as far as their games. They do. We don't know. It's a huge uncertainty.
It is.
But the future looks bright. knowing that they have the 4 major
They're
studios
obviously
behind them and the
working
5
on
new
stuff.
ones.
That's the
Yes.
funny thing, right? Like people act like, "Where's the games?" Well, they just bought 5 new studios. Not only that, but if you look at it, Rare's working on probably a couple things. For some reason, 343 has over 450 employees. Who the hell knows what they're working on? They could be working on a couple things. Rumor has it that Coalition's got their feet in a couple things. Playground Games has 2 studios. You know, they've got so a lot of their studios also has different things working. You know what I mean? So I think that people should just like kind of chill, and you're gonna have to wait a little bit.
Well,
you know,
let me speak to Vance City. I appreciate that. Vance City says, "I hear you. I love the new studios, but then say Alan Wake and Quantum Break 2 because Phil doesn't like it." Van, here's the thing,
dude. I don't know that we don't know that he doesn't. He probably liked Quantum Break, but I'm just saying that I've heard that he wasn't a big fan of Alan Wake. That's all.
Here's my thing, Van, and I think he brings up a good point, though. I don't think he's just relaying to you, crap. A lot of people are saying that. I think here's the fact: the people have spoken, Van, and when it comes down to it, the people didn't buy Quantum Break.
Yeah,
it's that, you know what I mean. They didn't do it, and that's where the bottom line comes. And you go, this was awfully expensive. Remedy's not cheap, and like that's why when crap you said to me that Control, they signed that deal with 505 Games for $5.7 million.
It was like $6 or $7 million. Yeah.
Guess what, crap? I'm going to make a prediction here, which I don't like to do, and I love Remedy, and I'm a huge fan of Sam Lake and his writing. I think he's a great author, but realistically, that game's going to suck. I mean, it just is. I mean, Quantum Break, right? Quantum Break was $70 million. This one's 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to. So Van, my only thing is,
we don't know.
It could be great. Maybe they'll have a Control Red, what do you call it? A limited edition Red Control PS4 Pro you can buy.
Maybe that would be great too.
Of course it would be great.
Yeah, I would love it. Do it, Sony.
Do
Get
it.
on it. Yeah, please get on it. Yeah, I don't know. Jay, who do we got on deck?
We've got our old friend Matty Beast.
Matty Beast. I've been looking forward to this one. He wrote us and said he sent something in.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, it's Maddie. Welcome to Thursday night. Used to be home of must-see TV.
Yes!
Things like Friends, Cheers,
Seinfeld.
A great night, a glorious night, and now M&C Mornings, Thursday night. Must-hear podcasting. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me because it's the middle of the night, and I'll be asleep. But I'll still be tuning in and catching this stuff later. I really enjoyed having you guys on Sunday, especially living over here in Europe. It just really was a nice way to start my evenings, and it was M&C evenings for me. And but congratulations, and I think it's a really smart move for you guys. I think you're going to do really well on Thursday evenings, and I think your crowd's just going to grow like crazy. So with you guys moving to Thursday, I just thought I'd ask a question about you guys more than what's going on in the news, et cetera, et cetera. I think sometimes it's cool to hear about you guys. And I was just wondering what Mooch and Crap's motivation is. What keeps you motivated about doing the podcast, about talking about gaming and just standing with the community? What really motivates you? What are the things that really kind of drive you guys? Looking forward to hearing your answer, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
You should go first with that one, Mooch.
Yeah, I will. I appreciate you letting me take the podium. Well, let me tell you. First of all, Maddie, thanks for the call. Thanks for the words of encouragement. And to be honest with you, one of the first reasons are people like you, Maddie. That's my true passion stems from is, and you guys in the chat here, and all you guys that have been listening to us for me anyways, for almost 4 years now. Yeah. And here's the thing. Me and Crap had a conversation ages ago before M&C Mornings. And I told him, I said, listen, when we were talking about Xbox Nation and Crossfire was kind of developing, I said, the one thing I take this very seriously. I mean, I ran home, got home from work 10 minutes before, haven't even eaten dinner. I take podcasting very seriously. I've learned a lot in the past 4 years, Early Mooch is not like Mooch today. That's part of it, right? If you're the same person that you were 4 years ago, then there's something wrong.
Yeah.
So the community's grown. Gamers have grown. Gamers have become more vocal. I really enjoy doing this with Jay and Crap. I think we have a great dynamic. I think that this show is the show that all of you guys deserve, to be honest with you. I love the other podcasts I do. I really do. I love being on all of them. I love guest appearancing on all of them. But it's always been like, sometimes in life you don't get the opportunity to do what your dream was when you were a kid, right? I've always loved radio. I've always just thought to aspire to do radio. And radio is kind of hard when you get to this age. You can't really just be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do radio. They're like, the hell you are. So this is a chance to grab a microphone, hang out. I'm very gracious. I like to take the time to say thanks to Crap. Crap worked very hard over the years to get where he is as well, guys. Whether you like Crap or not, realistically, he gives you great content, great entertainment every single day. So he's given me a platform. Shout out to Zaire as well for giving me a platform and a standing board, a soapbox to stand on and to talk. Those were the guys that started. And bravo to J-Dubs for me and him collaborating early on with Growing Up Gaming and doing some of the skits we do now on MNC. The top 10, very similar to kind of like what Growing Up Gaming was on my channel back when we started. Yeah. So you take all of that together and put the passion and love that I have for gaming into it. And that's why I love to do this show. So thank you.
Steven Roush says, Mooch, why is no one saying Spider-Man costs $400?
Yeah, we haven't heard that yet, Steven. Good call.
Hey, we're like 20 likes away from doing the top 10, guys. Go ahead and hit that like button, man.
Yes,
we'll get that top 10 in. It's gonna be great. Trust me. It should be great anyway. But yeah, what I got into it, I just did silly review, and I still just do silly stuff. It's like I never take it too seriously, and I think that's why I'm able to still enjoy it and have a good time. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. The main thing about me is I'm an Xbox fan. So if I was up here and just pretending to like, say, PS4, right? I would be found out pretty quick because I'm not really a good bullshitter, So it would be disingenuous. I'm a true Xbox fan. I can enjoy some PlayStation stuff and even some Nintendo stuff. But at the end of the day, 600 games on my Xbox. It's what it's all about, And I just wanted to get some of the positive Microsoft stuff out. And then originally, which I don't even do much anymore, I would try to get the quote unquote negative PlayStation stuff out because nobody was covering that. None of the mainstream sites were covering the negative Sony stuff, So I was doing that to sort of flip the script with what was going on in the mainstream media. And so that's what I'm doing. And now it's more I just focus on the whole aspect of positivity with Xbox more than the negativity in Sony. Although I will still call Sony out. I'll still call Xbox out if they mess up, It's just all about on what happens to be something that's worth bringing up, Not everything is worth bringing up, honestly.
Right.
So, MNC evenings.
We have a call, but I would like, Crap, when we come back, I'd like to hear Jay's answer as well.
Yeah. MNC, what up?
Hi. Hello. What's up, Mooch
Luca.
Crap? How's it going? My name is Luca. Huge fan. I've been listening for a couple of months now, and I just got to say, you guys are just honestly so amazing. Like, I'm just curious, are you guys fans of DC? And The Last Jedi, that was like the best Star Wars movie, right? Well, anyway, I'm just gonna try and open this bottle of wine while I get ready to play a couple of hours of The Division. Woo! Love you guys. Bye. Thanks, Jay.
I love Luca.
Well, yes, that's
not that you guys don't know that, but
yeah. So anyway, what's funny about that is she brought up like all these things that we just can't really stand. So earlier, right? Yeah, wine.
Come on,
I guess.
Crap.
No, I do. I like wine. But when I drink a little bit, I get in trouble. Here's the problem with
podcast after wine.
That's here's the thing with me when I drink. You know how when some people and it's not even a lot of alcohol. If I have a little bit, I get really truthful.
Crap, it's called build your tolerance.
I know, but I say stuff that I mean that I probably shouldn't say. Right?
There you go, Crap. You're like the Peak Schnapps episode of Seinfeld.
Exactly. Right. So I got to be careful.
Great.
So earlier today, when that what was it, that DC show Titan, right, about the Teen Titans or whatever, right, came out. I messaged Luca. I was like, that sucks, right? Like the guy Robin's like F Batman, right? He's like, he's angry, you know, and I'm like, this sucks. So I asked Luca, I was like, what's the deal? Because she's a DC fan. I was like, what's the deal? They can't get anything right,
right?
You know? And she's like, yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but everything they do is trash. It's just so bad. The Last Jedi, well documented that's just terrible, and The Division, terrible, just awful.
By the way, you know what's funny? It's really great, and I want to go to Jay's answer because I think I really want to hear it. But I just want to say, Luca, thank you for calling in and having Luca. You know, Luca started calling into the show. It was also because we were like, remember, crap? We were like, who's Luca? Like, you know, and you were like, well, Luca on the second floor, and I don't even remember where you got. Is that a song?
Yeah, my name is Luca. I live on the second floor.
And it was so great, and like Luca's such a huge part of the community now.
Yeah,
and a very good friend of the show and mine. And I'll be honest with you, it's people like Luca that have made it so worthwhile to do this every week. So, Luca, thank you for calling in. We really appreciate that. And Jay, take a little bit of the spotlight. What was to answer Matty Beast's question for yourself?
I don't even remember what his question was.
That's great. That is great.
That's great. What got you into?
What got you into the whole, like, you're not necessarily podcasting in your sense, but getting into the world that you're in right now?
It's something I always wanted to do, and I had the background in graphic design and motion graphics, and I just thought it was a natural progression for me to get into YouTube this way. But you know, it's not an easy way to establish yourself. It's not an easy job because you really have to work at it, and you know, a lot of people, and I think I've heard both of you guys both say that, you know, people think it's easy. Well, it's not easy. Anyone can do it, meaning anyone can create a video and put it up on YouTube, but to make something of it, that's what, you know, that takes a lot of effort. Totally.
You know, Jay, well said, and that's the truth of it. And you know, listen, we're all still, and I'm not speaking for crap, I'm only speaking for myself here, but I'm still a very small channel, very small broadcasting ability, but I appreciate everyone that does tune in. Everyone that does enjoy the show. And that was a really great question by Matty Beast to be able to, this is part of the reason we wanted to move to Thursday, guys, is because we work, you're going to see even more. We have a great skit that we're going to play for you shortly. We crossed the 200 likes mark, crap.
Okay.
But we do so many more, and we were kind of waiting until our move to Thursdays to even expand on that. And I can't help but bring up at this point, guys, please take a look in the description. Our Patreon is there. We're not asking for a lot. $1. If you can give us $1 a month, you're entered to win our contest where every month we do a Patreon drawing, and everybody that's $1 or higher gets entered for a $60 giveaway. Anything you want, anything. Yeah. It could be a new game, Xbox Live, anything you want in gaming related. So, guys, please take a second to think about this. The move to Thursdays was huge, and we appreciate all of our current Patreon, and we appreciate any future Patreon. We really do. Even $1 really helps the show. Can't thank you enough.
We can't thank you enough. Absolutely.
MNC Evenings, what up? You're on Mooch and Crap and
Mooch
Jay.
Crap, how you doing? It's Midway Monster. So I got a game question here. So I know that Xbox really has the first-person shooter down. But is there, other than like Mass Effect, the Mass Effect series, do you feel like they could probably get another realistic third-person shooter? Because I feel like Microsoft, they tend to want to be more family-friendly, and you know, I feel like especially with their beginning audience, you know, with the original Xbox, you know, we are getting older and we do want something a little more realistic. So I was wondering if you guys had any thoughts or ideas on what they could do with that. Love the shows on Thursday nights. I'm awake for one. I just got done cardio, Mooch and Crap, perfect combination. And Crap, you can do the Overlord voice. You can do the Darth Vader voice. please stop doing the auto-tune. You sound like Zemos from Saints Row the Third. Jay, if you can get his rhino picture with a GIMP mask on it, I will pay for that and make a soundbite with it too. Thanks,
Nice.
guys. Have a good night.
That's great, by the way. That is a great call. But you know, I'll tell you, you know, this goes back to what we said a long time ago, and we kind of stepped off from it for a while. And you know, Microsoft has had a tendency for the past 18 months of kind of, and we use the word cartoony games, you know, non-realistic looking, and I think that's what he's saying. Crap, if I heard him wrong, please correct me.
No, that sounds about
right. That's what he's saying. Yeah. And I think, but here's the reason that I've put the kibosh on bringing that up, and that is mainly because of the acquisition of the 5 new studios. I think, I would say 2 out of 5 guaranteed, maybe 3 of the games you're going to see out of the new 5 are going to be much more adult centric, you know, where it's a little bit more of an adult theme and leaving the cartooniness behind. You know, I think they need to have the cartoony. Don't give up on the cartoony, because listen, sometimes it's nice to come home and just escape, you know, and enjoy. I've been watching a lot of footage. Crap, I don't remember. I think it was you who was doing some footage. It was you and a few folks doing some Ratchet and Clank. I've had Ratchet and Clank forever on PS4 Pro, and I haven't played it. And sometimes you want to go back to a game. Well, listen, you guys are all talking about Crash Bandicoot. I got news for you guys. I'd rather play Ratchet and Clank than Crash Bandicoot. But you know, that's just I think you need to have a mix of everything, and I think Microsoft knows that now.
I agree. We do have let's see.
Here we go. Steven Roush, he has a God of War fact. He says, here's a few extra bucks for you, crap. Also, when Kratos took a dump, out came the Division and the Last Jedi. Facts.
That's very good. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for doing it in your Scarecrow voice.
That's the Xbox Overlord voice. I did
my fault.
BGST, yeah.
That's my mistake.
Yeah, so I mean, it's all in good fun. Hey, we do have over 200 likes. Let's go ahead and do that top 10. Can we run that, Jay?
Yeah, can we do it, Jay?
I'm gonna cross my fingers that we can run it.
That's great.
Hold on to your butts.
To make the show so wonderful.
Yes.
Here we
Hold
go.
on to your butt. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Top 10 Things That Sony Can Get Away With That Microsoft Would Get Hate For. And you know, Mooch, this is an interesting top 10 because it's all true, and sometimes there's humor in truth.
That's so true.
Yeah. So I'm going to kick us off with with number 10, not having exclusive games. Hey, let's face it, Sony launched with next to nothing and had quote-unquote sparse exclusives for years. Nobody said anything. Microsoft has 14 to 16 months of less than stellar exclusives, and suddenly they're doomed, and we have nothing, and there's no games, literally, and it's a frenzy of hate.
The sky is falling.
It is.
The sky is falling.
Chicken Littles everywhere.
So true, so true. Number 9, the controllers. If the DualShock 4 was an Xbox controller and it had 3 hours of playtime only and unfriendly analog stick placement, it'd be one of Xbox's biggest problems with their console. But because it's on PlayStation, it's another known issue swept under the rug. Crap.
Yep. Sony can do whatever they want. Apparently.
Remember the Power Brick? The Power Brick was a big deal, right?
It's a huge deal, yeah.
That was a big deal. You know, everybody, everyone listening right now, I'm sure you guys take your console, put it in your book bag, and go right next door and play with your friends. No, you don't. You don't do that. That's right.
They're consoles. Come on.
Right.
Number 8, not allowing EA access or other services. Hey, if we're honest, and this were the other way around, every YouTuber, pundit, and gamer would be harassing Microsoft about them being anti-consumer. Microsoft doesn't want you to play this, doesn't want you to do that, doesn't want you to do this, because we saw it at the beginning of the generation. Now all of a sudden, Sony doesn't allow anything, and nobody says anything.
Shoes on the other foot, crap.
Yep.
Number 7, playing old games. Sony pushes releases like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, as well as many other old games remastered as the new hotness. But when Microsoft mentions back compat, it's old and busted. Another example of Sony able to push the same narrative, but make it work only on their platform.
It's true. It was so funny because whenever we get excited about a back compat game, people are like, old games, they're excited for it.
Old.
But then Crash Bandicoot comes out, or
Woo!
Shadow of the Colossus, and people are like, I can't wait to get it. It's going to be
That's my
great.
jam.
That's it. It's amazing. Yeah, it's such a hypocrisy. Number 6, literally anything. If we're keeping if we're keeping it real, Sony can pretty much do whatever they want, And if Microsoft were to do any of the stuff that Sony does, good or bad, they'd get hate for it. We got to call a spade a spade. It's just honest.
Crap, they have the video game key to the city.
Yes, they do.
Yes. Number 5, bad E3 performances. Microsoft has had nothing but games since the May 20th, 2013 reveal of the Xbox One. And yet it seems every year the media claims Sony the victor. Sony can have an orchestra, Sean Layden in capri pants, and show the exact same show as last year and still win E3 hands down.
Exactly. Nobody cares.
But those
Sony
capri pants, that's a big win for Sony.
It is. It's a huge win. Number 4, gimmicks. Sony does gimmicks all the time, PlayStation VR being a big one. Yet whenever Microsoft tries to do something with a gimmick, they get hate. Why would Kinect spy on you, but the PlayStation Eye camera doesn't?
Nope.
I don't get this. Like, why is it okay for one thing and not the other? It's completely half-assed, and I don't understand it. So yeah, gimmicks. Sony can get away with doing whatever gimmicks they wanted. Microsoft, sadly, cannot.
Well, maybe the PSVR camera and the camera that came with it in the box in 2013 is just anti-social. It just doesn't want to talk to you, crap.
Yeah,
it doesn't
probably.
spy on you.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Number 3, having a game that gets delayed. Games like The Last Guardian and Nioh, to mention a few, which were almost 10 years overdue to the platform, kept Sony and their fans waiting and waiting. But the media was there to keep promoting and pushing the sales hype. Microsoft has delays on Quantum Break and Cuphead, and it seems all is lost, and the efforts are destined to be a failure from day one.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, it's crazy.
It is. Number 2, paying for half-ass service like PSN, which you still can't change your name on. They have lackluster games that they put out month after month, and it still goes down for, maintenance quite often. So if Microsoft did all that and still charged you for it, they would get so much hate for it. But because it's Sony, nobody cares. Nobody mentions it. Hell, PSN was down for a couple of days off and on, and hardly anybody said a word.
So
now, whenever Xbox Live goes down for a half hour, the sky is falling once again.
Yes.
And it's pandemonium, folks.
I hope you have a metal umbrella, folks.
Yes, because it's going to get crazy.
It's going to get wild.
Yes.
And number 1, Sony being anti-consumer. Microsoft back in 2013, without even revealing what they had planned for Xbox One, got media hate for the always online and sharing games issue before Microsoft even made it a talking point. But here we are today, and Sony's unwillingness to allow crossplay and locking individuals out of the ability to play their Epic account on any other crossplay platform. And we can see it's already got many in the media saying, "That's so Sony. Let's just move on from this already, huh?"
That wacky Sony.
That wacky Sony's at it again, taking our money and running the other way. Good,
Yeah.
God bless them.
God bless them. Yes.
Everyone.
That's Sony, man. They can do no wrong. I tell you what. So, anyway, that's our top 10 list of things that Sony can get away with that Microsoft obviously couldn't. Did you guys enjoy it? Let us know. Or if you guys have an idea for a top 10, let us know and we might do it. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time on M&C Mornings Top 10 Countdown.
Megaton!
Great
Nicely
top
done.
10.
It was. Not only that, but man, my radio voice there at the end was fantastic.
Well, listen to you. Wow,
Yeah,
you're like
props to me.
Imus.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
me. Crapgamer.
Crapgamer.
Welcome
Cowboy
to the,
hat.
to the top 10 countdown.
You guys are now going to be responsible
We're
for
counting down.
all the
Okay.
sales of capri pants for the next 10 years.
Jay, great job on the capri pants, dude. That was awesome.
We should jump right into what should we jump into, guys? Let's jump into what do you call it? Who's on deck? I see who's on deck. We should definitely do that.
Let's do a voicemail.
Yes.
Okay, we got Triple Cup. And he's up.
Triple Cup Chuck. And he's up.
Yes.
What up with your crap and mooching J Dub? This your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up, and away. I'm diving. Man, what's good? Everybody know me, and if you don't know me, ask about me. I'm 80% multiplayer, 20% single player, and I love to fight, challenge, talk noise, but I hate when it get toxic. But you know what I'm saying? I love that type of stuff there. Me, you know what I'm saying? This question for you, Mooch, Crap, and J Dub. Man, is y'all, I know Xbox is well known for it being a multiplayer centric box. Okay, that's why I bought it for. But the question, like I was saying, is to ask y'all is, y'all like not just the multiplayer, is y'all like PvP or more PvE? What type of multiplayer type scenario y'all prefer. Well, this your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm out.
You know, I like that Triple Cup asked that question because that kind of really fall. I got to say, I'm probably 80-20 more multiplayer as well for the most part. Here we are in the summer swoon, and I'm trying to catch up on a couple of the single player games. Here's where that 20% kicks in. But the way he posed the question is interesting. He said, are you more PvP or PvE? And I know for all you guys that are tired of hearing it, I really appreciate it. And shout out to Manny Tattoo, by the way, awesome guy. Manny's been kind of quiet on Twitter lately, but he kind of made a resurgence the other day. He sent She-Wolf a really cool bit of artwork that he was doing. Manny's an awesome artist, by the way. Manny, shout out to you. Thanks for being here. But realistically, that's why I like Destiny, guys. There is a part of me where I sit there at night before I go and reach out to everyone that I know that plays Destiny, and I'll start doing the PvE part of the game, the stuff that I have to do on my own. I could do it with friends, but I know I can do this little, like, kind of the annoying stuff you guys call annoying. That's kind of grinding. I do that bit on my own, and then I'll do the heroic strikes and the nightfall and the raid and the crucible with my friends. So, you know what, Triple Cup, I'm right there with you, man. I'm 80-20 multiplayer. That's why maybe I gravitate more towards Xbox. You know, PlayStation just doesn't. I'm not saying people don't play Call of Duty or Fortnite on PlayStation. They do. But the other games, just that the community, the multiplayer community just seems at home. And I found that when I was playing games like God of War, you know, people were really, really enthusiastic on PlayStation, be like, Mooch, what do you think? This is great. This is awesome. And by the way, everyone, thank you for adding me on. I really appreciate everybody adding me on PlayStation Network. You know, I put that out there, and a lot of people, my God, I think I went from, I've doubled my friends on PlayStation recently. So many people have asked to join. So it's been great, and PlayStation's a good experience as well. But Xbox is really home for multiplayer for me.
Yeah. MNC evenings / mornings. What's up?
You know, this isn't Fredo. I always wanted more for you than Sunday mornings, MNC. All I can say is welcome to Thursday nights. And remember, if anybody comes to you asking for a meeting for peace and a new night, that is your traitor. That I will not forgive. Salute.
I'm going to assume that's G-Man Jerky Boy. By the way, outstanding performance is Marlon Brando. The winner is G-Man Jerky Boy for the Academy Award. That was beautiful, by the way.
It was.
You already said, if anybody offers you another night besides Thursday, you come to me. That's my boy, G-Man Jerky Boy. Thank you. That's in New York. That's
some people that haven't seen the The Godfather might not get it, but yeah, that's spot on.
That was spot on. Now wait, I just saw Noof said something. Noof said he got $800 value. What did he do? Noof, I traded my PS4, PSVR, and 20 games and got a Switch.
No,
chill.
What did he get?
He traded in everything in the world that he owned that had an S on it. He got rid of all his Sony stuff and he got a Switch.
I thought he had a Switch.
No, he returned the Switch.
Okay, so hold on, let me get this straight. Noof had a Switch.
Right.
Then he sold the Switch.
I believe so.
Then he had a PlayStation VR.
Right? Didn't he have a PS4 before?
PlayStation. Yeah.
And then he returned
sold it.
Right.
Now he got a Switch again. Wow.
Hey, can we get another no chills?
Wow. Do it.
Jay?
No
Jay.
chills till.
That's weird.
Noof, you need, you got to call me before you make any more financial decisions. We love you, Noof.
That's funny as hell, though. That is great.
Hey, listen, I got news for you, Noof. I like Octopath Traveler. By the way, trying to mooch a Nintendo game, okay, is like breaking into Fort Knox as a mooch.
Yes.
It's very difficult. You know what I feel like right now? I feel like the guy from Shawshank Redemption, and I've got that little pickaxe that's a toy, and I'm trying to break out of a jail cell. It's never going to happen. If anybody's a Nintendo fan, hit me up, will you, for crying out loud? I'm dying over here. But yeah, no, Noof, you're gonna like it, man. I really like some of the games that Nintendo's coming out with, true traditional old school games like we used to like, but with a 2018 twist. So some real good stuff there. Awesome. Great stuff, guys. Awesome. The chat's great. The call-ins have been fantastic. And we're just getting started. A lot of people don't know we're even here on Thursday night.
Yeah.
So
hopefully we start drawing big crowds and stuff. You know, it'll take a little bit, but
we've got just so everybody knows, everyone's like, a couple of the wise guys on Twitter, like, Mooch, it still says MNC mornings.
Does it, Mooch? Holy crap!
I threw him a Captain Obvious.
Yeah. Jeez, come on.
But you know what? We've got one of the most talented people that created our morning show, Livewire. He's creating he's going to be creating our MNC evenings theme. He's working on it. So look for that to change in the upcoming weeks, and then graphics will change with the graphic guy.
Hey, Mooch, it still says mornings, right?
Yeah. Hey, Mooch, it still says mornings and it's night.
It's nighttime. Well, guess what? It's morning somewhere, people.
That's right.
Yes.
Matty Beast just said it's the middle of the morning where he is.
Exactly. So MNC evenings, what's up?
Thanks, Jay. Great Canadian web slinger here, Mighty Spike. God damn, I ran out of web flute. I'm going to have to change my canister. I'll wait after the call, guys. Yeah, all hell Jay. All hell Jay. Mooch, to answer your question about Spider-Man, no, it looks like a pretty good game, but I do not own a PlayStation. I've made that decision a long time ago when the PS2 was around and my buddy had it and I played a few games on there. You had those memory cards that you had to switch so often, and being from PC, I was like, what the hell? How can you not save on a hard drive? And then when Xbox came out, I never had to buy a memory card for my games. And I had a fair amount of games, but I never had to buy it. So I've never looked back. I guess the little idiosyncrasies of PlayStation, like the things that bug you, are more than enough for me not to bother getting one of those. So I just have multiple Xboxes. In terms of the game, I think the game's pretty good. I think the graphics aren't as good as the 3 other games. And I've played like many Spider-Mans, like Web of Shadows. Like I'm a big Spider-Man and Venom fan. That's why my name's Mighty Spidey. But on the Xbox, it's like you say, I do find like I played enough Spider-Man games, and I mean I got really good at it. And sometimes I'd run into buildings, or you're coming down, and I'm like, what's going on? Looks like I'm going to hit the ground here. Why am I? And I'd hit the ground, and anyway, so I agree with you with the left and right and blah blah blah. Now I have a question for you guys in terms of Crap. You kind of missed the boat because you didn't watch the Last of Us trailer, which, in all honesty, Crap, it was a phenomenal trailer. And if you're a Tomb Raider fan, that trailer that they had at the E3 was pretty phenomenal. And so I'm gonna have to ask you, Mooch, and it's a great question for you because you're playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. So did you not find, like I found, because I play all the Tomb Raiders, I think they're phenomenal, and I found, now again the trailer was amazing, but I found that Last of Us trailer, a lot of the kill sequences that she did in Last of Us 2 was exactly like Tomb Raider, like the way she took down people with the bow, like in melee form when she meleeed and killed someone, was sequences that were exactly the same as in Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now some of them, like some of the brutal sequences near the end of that trailer, I didn't see, but there was some of the generic things that she was doing were very similar to Tomb Raider. So I was wondering if you noticed that too, especially because you're playing Tomb Raider there. Love the format. The Thursday's pretty good. I think it's going pretty good for you guys. I like it. And one thing I'm just going to note for myself, I get all of your notifications like Crap and Mooch for Crossfire and all that stuff. And I'm not getting it for MNC in the mornings, and I don't know why that is. And one thing of note just for this show, last thing, is I like how you guys bring special guests. I think you guys have a bunch of special guests like Hellhammer, Tim Dog, K-Mega, like all these other guys. It would be nice sometimes if just some of these guests you might get them to call, like, Dealer or like Alan, whatever his name is, the Forza guy. If you get those guys to call in one time during your MNC Thursday show for like an impromptu 3-4 minute sort of conversation with them on the phone, and maybe like it's preemptive, like you call them. You say, hey, can you call in because we're talking about this today or something like that. I think that would be a nice change of just like us losers call in. And I know there's a bunch of guys, they do a good job, but it's nice to maybe like hear from a Tim Dog or someone else or a next gen, you know, calling in and praising Xbox and stuff like that.
And Mighty
Anyway,
Spidey.
love you guys. Love the show. I'm not going anywhere until you guys kick me out. So take care.
Hey, we already had a special guest on. It's called Mighty Spidey.
Spidey.
Yeah, he was just special guest for like 5 minutes. Great.
That was good. That was great.
Yeah.
No, Mighty Spidey, you know, well, instead of the pew, pew, you should just do swing to the left.
Swing to the right.
Swing to the right.
Punch.
Now
kick,
punch.
Punch.
Now kick. So if you want to do that, that would be great. I really appreciate that intro. That'd be cool. No, you know, it's funny. And it's funny because I do, first of all the great people that he named that we podcast with, everyone is always welcome to call in.
They're all great.
Everyone's great. But
They are
I just think that, like, it is fun to have, you know, one of the things that me and Crap and Jay talked about was that this show is about the audience. So it includes everybody, it includes all the great podcasters that are out there, but it does include all of you listeners. So it's a great time for you guys to call in, and we want to talk to you guys as well. That's the whole idea here, was to make it about the gamers. And if you guys, you know, if we say something and you don't necessarily agree with it, or you do, or there's a new subject that we don't talk about and we didn't get to last week, and you're like, you know, and that happens. Guys, you're like Mooch, Crap, love the show. Honestly, great. You guys are doing great. But you guys didn't talk about this situation. And then it sparks a great conversation. So, you know, there's a lot to it that goes to the show. And I think you guys in the audience and every single one of you guys, all the Patreon folks, all the people that call in, you're as much a part of the show as me, Crap, and Jay. You guys are a big part of this show. So
Absolutely.
We appreciate all those calls. And anyone's welcome to call. So, yeah, no, we appreciate that. Thank you, Mighty Spidey.
We've had some of those guys call in the past, like Tim Dog's called in the past.
Yep. Yep. Tim has. She-Wolf's called in.
Luca,
Governors. Yep. We've had a bunch of people call in. I mean, like I said, you know, this is, don't forget, too, everyone that you mentioned, too, Mighty Spidey, these guys do a lot of podcasts all week long, and they have their own channels, and they work so hard. It's hard to say, hey, come on Crossfire, come on Xbox Nation, and hey, by the way, call in on MNC Mornings. You know, it's hard. These guys have lives. They have things to do, too. So you do have to respect their space at the same time. So they know that the YouTube community is extremely close. We all do talk to each other. It's a growing thing. We all do it together, and that's what makes it so great. And like I said, I'll even give another plug. Don't forget, guys, at 9 o'clock, you've got the Saltiest podcast going on, which is going to be great. That's on his channel.
It's great.
Stay salty, everybody. I love that. That's the great. Hashtag Stay Salty may be one of the best slogans on Twitter. So check that, guys, out on Salty's channel after this show.
Absolutely. It's going to be great.
Great.
Make sure you guys. And we got another voicemail. Who do we got, J-Dubs?
Yeah, who do we got, Jay?
We have, it's our last call. Just to warn you, he's a new caller, but I've seen him in the chat. He's Night Lord 40K.
All right.
Night Lord 40K.
Woo! Night Lord 40K.
Hello, Mooch Crap, J-Dubs. This is Xbox Live's Night Lord 40K, and I just wanted to talk about the Alan Wake and the Quantum Break thing. You see all over YouTube, and Crap, you've made a video about it also, where people think that Microsoft's not going to make another one, and they don't care about the franchises. I really don't believe that at all. I think if they didn't care about it, they would, or either one of them, they would let Remedy do what they want to with the franchises, but they don't. I think we will see some in the future, and it might not be this generation, it might be the next, but I still think that they see value in these franchises, and there's no telling what they've got down the pipeline right now. I mean, it might not be viable right now because we don't know what they've got in development at the moment or in the near future. But anyway, I just don't think everybody should be jumping to conclusions and thinking we're never going to see another Alan Wake or Quantum Break, because Alan Wake was a masterpiece, and if you or anyone else hasn't played this, you really need to. And Quantum Break was good to me also. But anyway, what do y'all think about this? All right.
Well, we kind of touched on it, Crap. What do you think?
Well, I like the games, but the bottom line is nobody was really buying them. So
yeah,
you know, if people supported these games, you know, everybody's a fan of these games after the fact, right?
Right.
So it's like you know who the real supporters are of these games because they supported them all along. You know,
Yeah.
like you know, and that's just the fact. You know, I buy everything day one. You know, I know a lot of people that haven't even played Alan. Like you haven't played Alan Wake.
No, I haven't. And I don't even have a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Stephen Roush or somebody in the chat was like, you know, Mooch, you really should play the game. And it's like, well, listen,
don't knock it till you try it.
Don't knock it till you try it. And I'm not knocking it. I just there's so much. Like I'm literally like you guys have to hear this out. Like I've said this on 3 or 4 shows already. I'll say it one more time in short. I'm playing Fallout 4, Dark Souls Remastered, and Destiny 2. Guys, that is an absolute time crunch. There's nothing short about any of those games. So I don't have time to be like, you know what? And I'll pick up Alan Wake, you know, on my spare time. So it's tough. You know what I mean?
The good news is you could probably beat Alan Wake fairly quickly.
How long? I would assume that it was
like,
still a 12 to 15-hour game, isn't
like
it?
8 to 10 hours or something
all
like
right.
that.
Okay.
It's not
I
too
didn't know
bad.
that.
So, yeah. MNC Evenings, what's up?
Hey, Mooch and Crap. This is Yahweh Wee from Xbox Live. And all hail Jay, all hail Jay. Hey, I got the Xbox One X, and well, I know it does 4K 30 on most of the games. Now on the Xbox 2 or whatever the hell they're going to call it, I know the norm is going to be 4K 60, which I really don't care about that. I'm happy with the 30 frames per second. But what other features do you think it will have to like pry me away from the X to buy the Xbox 2? I would love to know your thoughts about that. Well, I'm thinking about maybe some more TV. That might do it. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.
I think just the more power. I don't know. I'm not sure. What do you think?
It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to say that I'm not going to be excited about the 4K 60 thing. I mean, I got to be honest with you. That's the next in the evolution of gaming. And I am eager. Like, I don't care what anybody thinks or what they don't think. When you're playing like Gears of War multiplayer, and when you're playing these multiplayer games at 60 frames, it's a treat. It is a treat. And it's hard to say that you're not recognizing it. And crap, you even played Shadow of the Colossus, right? That old game.
Yeah.
And that's 60 frames. I don't know why they didn't make Crash Bandicoot 60 frames. That's beyond my belief. I don't know why they didn't do it. That's a them problem.
Well,
and we're paying for it.
We have a wiener.
Oh, we have a winner. All right.
We have a wiener.
A
apparently.
wiener. My apologies. Yeah.
It's a hot dog. So
Yes.
who won, Jay?
So that was actually Yahweh Wee won the pony prize.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Cool stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
Good. Shout out to him. He always calls in. Real big fan of the show. You know, I mean, I don't know. That's my. I think you know. Yeah, you sit here and say 2 years before it's not a big deal for you, and that's fine. It's hard for me to say that that's not a big deal for you, but you know, everybody said the same stuff when the X came out. Everybody, was like, I don't need that X.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal, Mooch. And then all of a sudden, we're playing games, and I'm playing with a lot of folks that recently, you know, whether it be PUBG or Destiny or playing anything online, and they're like, hey, by the way, how's that X working out for you? And I'm like, it's fantastic. And then everybody else in the chat, it's great. And everybody in the chat's like, it's great. And finally, you know what'll happen? 2-3 playthroughs later, I'll be like, hey, I noticed you loaded in when we loaded in. And they're like, oh yeah, I didn't mention it, but you know, I went and picked up the X. You know, I had a little time extra at lunch. All right.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, everybody's back on board. So, you know, yeah, we before you say, you know, this looks costly, if you have an X or, you know, if you have an S, you're going to get less. But if you have an X, you're going to get a good trade-in value. And that's why I said what I said in the beginning of the show, you know, is I might tomorrow go and plunk down a couple bucks to reserve the Spider-Man PS4. Well, $399 minus the $64.79 in tag, you know, with the tax and everything included for the game I'm going to end up buying, right? That means the console's $340, and if they're going to give me $200, $220 for my PS4 Pro, I mean, I'm walking out with a quiet system that looks better, which I'll get more money for later Okay, because people are going to want to buy that Spider. Believe me, they're going to want to buy that Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
You know, if the PS4 Pro, the one that's just jet black, is going to get me 200, the Spider-Man one, I'm going to have people that love comics are going to be like 1,000, 1,100, 1,200. It's going to be a bidding contest outside the house.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys, you do have to look at what your money and your value is. You trade in when it's the appropriate time and get your most for your dollar. And that's the way it is. You know, sometimes we all make some bad choices on financials, but realistically with the gaming industry, we know when to do that. So yay, we, even though you say you're not going to, I don't know if you have an S or an X, but if you have an X right now, you're going to have a Scarlet. You may not have it day one. Maybe you'll have it day 101, but you're going to have one. That's just my take.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I if you want the latest and greatest, get it. If not, you'll probably be okay for a while with your X anyway. Right. You know, if you're only playing Madden and Call of Duty, then I don't see why you'd upgrade.
That's a great point, Crap.
You know, if you want to play, you know, probably stuff in, you know, a lot more in 4K or whatever, and probably some at 60 frames, and then I would say you probably will upgrade. You know,
right?
That's just the way it goes. So
no, I totally agree with you, buddy.
Rack them up.
Rack them up. By the way, Noof's here in the chat. That was a great tweet by
kaboom in the room.
But Cletus had a great tweet for
I
you
saw
today.
that. Yeah, I saw
Shout
that.
out to Cletus.
Yeah. Well, hey, fiddly diddly.
Hey, fiddly diddly now. He really I even retweeted it. It was so good. I love that.
Yeah.
Great Cletus. Great Cletus.
You got to be careful because he does that not safe for work tweet sometimes.
Well,
you
it
know?
wasn't. I retweeted. Pardon me. Let me reclarify. I retweeted it to just Crap in the DMs. That's where I retweeted it. I wanted to make sure Crap saw it.
Oh, I definitely saw it, man. Everybody was like,
saw it. I know you do. Yeah.
Hey, so, so anyway, it was funny because Frank O'Connor said, if you want Battle Royale in Halo, make it yourself.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I mean, yeah.
Somebody's got to put their foot down and say, listen, we're not going to do it.
Yeah, they basically, he just confirmed that they're not going to do that. Like, the thing is with Forge, though, you could technically do that if you wanted to, right? So, you know, the fact that, you know, he came out and kind of confirmed that, I think that's actually pretty kick-ass.
It is. It's refreshing to see that it's not going to just be the cookie cutter thing for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually still really curious, Crap. Do you think we're going to see a Battle Royale mode in Red Dead Redemption 2? Do you think that's going to be in there? Like,
they did say that if they did it, they would do it differently or whatever.
They did say that? Rockstar said that?
Take-Two said that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Not Rockstar.
Well, Take-Two is the parent company.
Not the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same, but not the same. Right? It's the same, but different. Well, that's great, Crap. But I'm not coming around. No, I think, you know, I don't know, Crap. Rockstar's Rockstar. And if, you know, the parent company wants to be like, well, you know, if we'll do it if we want to do it, and we'll do it different. And Rockstar's like, I don't want to do it. They're like, all right, never mind. I don't know. I don't think Red Dead Redemption 2 needs it. I just don't. I have a weird feeling they're not going to put it in there. I have no say. I have no idea. I just feel like they're so their own brand that if they do what Battlefield 5's doing, Call of Duty's doing, and Fortnite's doing, and this guy's doing, and Mooch and Crap have done, then it's like they're not Rockstar. They're Rockstars because they do what they want to do. And I don't see them just putting a different spin on it in the old West. You know,
well, Take-Two CEO, he suggested before commenting, he said that, let's see, what did he say? As a whole, the company always pays attention to innovations such as Battle Royale, but his biggest qualm would be that the popular genre would it have a place in Red Dead Redemption 2? Is it at risk becoming derivative? But to that effect, he said, our goal is to be innovative, and really good titles that are derivative never seem to do as well as innovations that are expected.
Yeah.
But he even offered that Red Dead Redemption as an example of innovation. And that that said, of course, we play in the world and are informed by what's going on and bring consumers what they want.
Well, listen, I like that last sentence. You know, that's where we bring consumers what they want. But I don't know if the Red Dead community gives a shit about that.
I think it could be interesting that, you know. Probably wouldn't be buggy as hell.
Well,
like
no, it won't,
PUBG.
no, it won't be. But you know, Battle Royale is Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Call of Duty and Rockstar would be the two that are going to change that sentence for me. I think Call of Duty is going to do Battle Royale bigly. I don't think they're going to do right. I think they're going to do something big time. I don't think they're going to do just classic fall out of a bus, you know, or fall out of a plane, land and kill the other 99 people. I think they're going to do that same thing, but with a whole lot of action going on. So that being said, time will tell. But I just got this weird feeling that Rockstar is not going to bother with it. I think they're going to do something else.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, well, by the way, Crap, I just want to say this real quick before we get to the wheel, because we got to do the wheel because we don't want to. We want to end by 9. Michelle Alexander says, Mooch, Amazon is offering $235 for a PS4 Pro right now. He said she's thinking about going to get the Spider-Man bundle. Listen, guys, gals, hear me out for a second, please.
Hear me.
I got my PS4 Pro, both of them, way lower than the $399 price tag because I traded in my other PS4 and a couple of games. I ended up getting both PS4 Pros for dirt cheap, about $100. For me to be able to take that PS4 Pro I have right now, get $234, get a game with it, and only put $100 and something bucks out of pocket, and actually get one that's quiet for once, like my one downstairs, worth every penny. It's something I'm thinking about doing. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I recommend everybody that has a PS4 Pro that is louder than sin, go out there and get this. Get a new one. Why not? Why not get your money's worth? And then I'm telling you right now, that Spider-Man. If the original PS4 Pro is getting you $235 on Amazon right now, or whatever that trade-in program is that he's talking about, or she's talking about, let me tell you right now, that Spider-Man one, holy crap! You can probably get a kidney. I mean, that thing is going to be like. You see what people are doing for Spider-Man? It's just swing to the left, swing to the right, and people are like, "It's great, it's great, Crap."
It's great. It's amazing. It's great.
I've never played anything like it. It's great.
You swing around in the city and you have webs. It's great.
And you go up to the roof and you kill a guy. Then you swing around and you go to the roof and you kill a guy.
And it's great.
Have I said this yet?
It's great.
It's great.
It's gonna be great. 95 Metacritic. Best game ever.
At least.
Yes.
So with that being said, Jay, I don't know if we've been able to do it, but can we get the wheel up?
Wheel of
oh, please, God, don't.
Dude, come on. I mean, come on. I think the people demand it, right?
It is.
They demand it.
I guess so.
They do.
The wheel of wonder.
Hurry up and spin it, Jay.
Wheel of wonder. Yeah.
Jay, spin it for the love of God.
Wheel of wonder. Let's go. Wheel.
Please spin it.
Wonder. Wonder.
Couple of great calls in tonight, Crap.
We love you all. Thanks for checking it out. Watch the Wheel of Wonder spin about. It's great, just like Spider-Man.
It's great.
Everything's great.
It's great.
Wheel of Wonder. Don't forget to
doesn't
check
wanna-
out
doesn't wanna
Salty's
stop.
podcast after the show. Wheel of Wonder. Hey, what the hell did you put in that wheel?
I have no idea what's going on with this.
Spinning. Jesus.
Oh, that's great.
It's
I don't think it's stopping, Jay. Jay, click in the middle.
No, if I
Close
click
your
again,
eyes.
it'll
Close
keep
your eyes and
going.
click in the middle to end it.
If I click again, it'll start again.
Oh, Jay's got music playing.
The Wheel of Wonder won't stop. We keep
It's
this
stopping.
thing going.
I think it is stopping, guys. It is slowing down.
Wheel
of
Wonder.
It's the wheel.
Wheel.
Look at Bob Dickens. He goes, "Please stop the wheel. Somebody, please. Somebody jump in front of it." It is slowing down, though. That's the good news.
Here it comes. Wheel. Sorry, Salty. Blame Jay. Wheel.
Wheel.
Is it stopping? Wheel.
Wheel.
Wheel. Wheel. Boop, 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 boo.
I think it's safe to say that Matty Beast
If it passes in the Matty Beast, we're gonna call him the victor.
It's still going.
It's Matty Beast.
Matty Beast wins.
Matty Beast is the winner.
Congrats.
There's no way it's getting all the way through that.
It's Matty Beast. This is the best wheel spin ever. Nice.
It's official. It's Matty Beast.
All right, Crap. Thank you. We appreciate you and your talents.
I'm very talented. I'm a man of many
awesome.
talents.
Absolutely.
Actually, that wasn't a
Yes.
phone call. I left the phone off the hook.
That's great. All right, guys, listen. First MNC on Thursdays. Had a decent crowd. I think a lot of people are finding out about it. Let everybody know. Jay, if Jay gets the ability, we're going to have a little small snippet, maybe 5-second thing that we'll promote all week to let everybody know it's Thursday evenings. And
Yes.
hopefully we'll have our new theme song within a week or so. That being
Yeah.
said, guys, thank you.
It's
Jay,
going to take a little while to rebrand everything with the evening.
It is.
So.
Yeah. Make sure you guys check out Salty's podcast as well, which is getting ready to start in like a couple minutes. It's always a good show. They do a good job. So we appreciate
go check
you
them out
guys
on Salty's channel, guys.
coming out. Jay, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, let's do the outro into the.
Okay, I'm gonna play the iTunes commercial, so I'll let everyone know that we're on iTunes and Google Play as well.
Great idea.
Okay.
All right, good night, everybody. We'll see you next week, Thursday, 7 p.m.
Have a good time.
Mooch and crap, mooch and crap. They talk about games and no drama smack. Search the web for media ties to catch these ponies in their lives. Look out! Here comes Mooch and Crab. Are they bots? Listen up. They have Mountain Dew in their blood. NeoGaf, Xbox Reds, Crap's got 10 dog all over it. Hey there! Here comes Mooch and Crab. From a tweet of Phil, Xbox hate will arrive like the Scorpio. Mooch and Crab, but just in time. Mooch and crap, mooch and crap. Zany gaming do a mooch and crap. YouTube in is their core. A thumb in is its reward to them. Xbox is one big hangout. Whenever there's a game out, you'll find mooch and crap.
Wake on up, it's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap. Make sure. Show, oh,